Konnichiwa. Hastimamaste. Today, my name is Mary. I'm 9 years old. You might know that from the first start, I like Japan. It's a beautiful country for sure. But the best thing about Japan is still the cherry blossom. But before we get into the topic, let me just say, Japan is a country that actually have the most portion of those. Now let's get started. Japan is a country that's filled with flowers and trees. Mostly the popularest flowers in Japan is cherry blossom. It's a kind of flower that is pink, white, bloomed together. It looks very beautiful, and when they have actually grow into bunches. And normally around Tokyo, there are lots of cherry blossoms. Normally, when you go to work in the morning, the cherry blossom blooms out. You can just imagine that would be so beautiful, right? And literally, the flowers are also very beautiful. There's many other kinds, but most popular is cherry blossoms. And some other things that was very popular by cherry blossoms is also the meaning of spring comes when cherry blossom blooms. It's a beautiful flower for sure, but is it as good? But let's just say cherry blossom is one popular flower. Now let's talk about food in Japan. Japan has mostly delicious culture, but normally I really wanted to eat one of the I really want to try ramen. It's one of the Japan original meal. I really like it, but I never eaten one before because I never visited Japan before or didn't eat it. But I know how to make it. I have research online. First, you have to drain rice and make the noodle dough. First, the dough, and there are two ways to make the noodle, by hand or by machines. These days, machines are really popular, but the original kind from hand is still real popular on street food in Japan. Normally, the broth would be very rich and flavorful. I really want to try one day. Normally, it will come with seaweed or sometimes eggs. And from the listening, I have seen some videos. I always saw that they always eat the eggs after they eat the noodles. So it will make the broth more richer and the food will not be wasted. And now I'm going to talk about people in Japan. People in Japan are really kind, and mostly their culture is really nice. And when you sit down and have your meal, you gotta say, you have to be polite. And that's if you don't say anything and you just eat your food straight away, that was considered as impolite to them. So you might want to say something before you eat. And next thing is, when you come to Japan, please consider wearing a mask. You know about the pandemic, right? So for now, you should please wear a mask if you want to come to Japan. So let's talk about my favorite thing that is quite weird about Japan. I like anime, mangas, and comics. In Japan, there are like those wear cosplays like anime characters. And normally, I'm one of those person who will like anime or comics. Most popularly, I like Doraemon or Maruko-chan. It's one of my favorite comics. I often read them a lot. I even have some on my bookshelf. I really love comics. Now, I'm gonna talk about the most important thing in Japan that I love and always liked. Schools in Japan. I love schools in Japan, you know? Normally, there are different things from school in Japan and other countries. Like in your country, maybe you have like cafeterias or like eating rooms or some sort of that. But in Japan, in schools, we actually eat in classrooms, and we doesn't like eat any. Okay, so let's just say that in Japan, we eat in classroom, but don't say it's too dirty because children or students as well bring their own mat, like those mats you spread around, and chopsticks, their own chopsticks, and their food, I mean trash, after eating like milk bottle will be recycled right after that. And Japan is a very clean country, and mostly Japan learning experience is very nice. I've watched a lot of videos about Japan schools and really want to come there one day, but still I doesn't have lots of money or something to come there. But my dreams will be fulfilled one day when I grow up. So thank you for listening.